Welcome to Healing for the Broken Show, where I'm your host, Candace Blanks, and you are in for a treat today. I have an awesome woman who is by the name of Amanda Sapp on today's show, and she's going to allow us to hear her testimony about how basically God has brought her from a situation to who she is today. And so before I get started with talking with her, I want to tell you about my weekend, this past weekend, and how God had really, it kind of led up to today's show. I actually went to Sarah Jake's event this past Monday, and basically God was showing at that event that no matter what you go through, that you don't have to stay where you are. And basically Sarah Jakes was just talking to us women about how to take everything that you have gone through, give it to God, let it stay there, and then move into your destiny. And I'm telling you, if you missed it, that's okay. I'm pretty sure she recorded it. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, because that's kind of like what we're going to be talking about today, is that no matter what you have gone through, that doesn't make who you are, and you can definitely get out of it. So not just women, but men as well. And so this show is for every boy, girl, woman, or man. This show is for you today. And so now I'm about to introduce you to Amanda Sapp. Hello, thank you, Amanda, for being on the show today.
No problem.
Oh my goodness, you're welcome. You know, we met in an unusual way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell people how we met.
If I can remember, I'm thinking about the event that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I was being honored for celebrity personality, trendsetter, whatever it was,
Yes.
being awarded. And this is at the lupus awareness.
Yes,
event.
lupus cancer.
Lupus
Our girl,
cancer.
Joe Golden.
Joe Golden.
Yes.
So shout out to Joe Golden Photography and Joe Golden, that whole organization there.
Yes.
I don't have lupus, but I have.
And we both was being awarded that
Right,
day.
we're both being awarded, right.
Yeah.
So we were at this event, and I was like, well, hey, just talking. What do you do? How do you do it? Where do you do it at? You
Yes.
know? And you invited me to come out and sit and chat with you, and I couldn't say no. This sounded like a great opportunity, so I'm
great connection.
I'm glad
you had great energy. This woman and myself, our personality matches. I promise you.
It did. Linked right then and there. So I'm grateful for me being on NDTV network and coming to talk with you, Ms. Blanks, and it's just spreading the gospel of moving forward.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I am. That's who I am. That's what I'm doing, and that's how I'm doing it. No matter what, I'm moving forward. So.
I know that's right. You know what? And a lot of us need to move forward. See, we're stuck in situations where we have no business being in, or we're stuck in somewhere where it's not giving us the growth that we need. So we all need to move forward. Now, in saying that, how did you move forward?
So let me just give some of my accolades or whatever.
Okay.
So I am, again, my name is Amanda Sapp, and I'm the youngest first black female to headline an all-male show on a terrestrial dial here in Houston, Texas. Okay. So I'm proud of myself for that. I'm also the promotions director at the new amazing 102.5 FM. The station's only existed 5 years now.
Okay.
And so, in which I've been there 2 years. Okay. Going on 2 years. But to me, I'm still striving towards something. But there are things that I've done in this industry that I know people are wondering, why her? How did she? And all these different things. But it took a lot of my instances in my past to get me to this point. I didn't always know I'm going to be here at this station doing X, Y, Z. I got divorced about 2 years ago. And in those trials of my relationship, I was able to use what people would say problems, and use that as fire to fuel my business, which was Covenant Connections, PR, and events. And in my business, my job in my head was to make people look good. In whatever light whatever they're doing, I make you look good in a positive light. I make people want to love you, want to be with you, want to be around you. Yeah. And so that's what I was doing with Covenant Connections. So I took my problems and used it as fuel in my business to flourish.
So my question to you is, because maybe somebody might be watching, they say, well, I don't know how to take a negative situation and make it as fuel. How do you do that?
I had to look for light in different areas.
Okay.
So while I was at work, while I was at my 9 to 5, I would be at my desk thinking about things that I could use to be better, things that events or endeavors that I could be a part of where I could help somebody. It really was about helping. Yeah. It wasn't about, let me put my face out there. It was about me, how can I be an impact to a large community. Don't know where that community is, don't know where it's at, but I knew that I wanted to help somebody. And then I went to school, went to college at McNeese State University for mass communications with a concentration in public relations. I did not finish school. So even then, why would I keep going if I haven't, how can I do what I'm doing and I hadn't even finished school? So all of those things would come in my mind, but it would just take one person here or there that would say, hey, thank you, or great job, or can you come back and do something else? So those little things would let me know that I was on the right path. Even though I didn't know what the path was, I knew that I was going in the right direction. So I took those small moments, I made myself aware of the small moments so that I could take that and continue to create these impactful situations for others. So it was just a matter of me being aware of the surrounding of the environment that I was in at the time. So I took those moments and said, hey, I like what I heard. I like the compliment I got. I'm going to do it again. So it was just me being aware of my surroundings. So
you didn't allow your not finishing school or any of those things to stop you from going into the right direction?
No, I have kids.
Okay.
I have kids who are looking at me and depending on my success for their success. And so I had to find something bigger than I am, which is my children. So they're my reason. So although we want to get in our moments of sadness, you want to be sad, but I said to myself, I've been sad long enough. The divorce really took a toll on me and my mental health, my physical health. You know, you don't dress up as much, you don't go out as much, you don't engage as much. But for me, I didn't want my kids to see me in that state any longer, so I used them as a catapult to help me strive forward in success with my businesses. I wanted to be sad, but because of them I couldn't. And although I would have my moments, because y'all need to have your moments. You need to have a moment to say, I'm not okay, or I need help, or I'm depressed, or I have some anxiety, or whatever the cases are. Have your moments, but continue to push forward. So for me, it was my kids who helped me through my tumultuous time of sadness, which was the divorce.
So I know one of the things you said that your divorce is what catapulted you into who you are today.
Sure. My ex-husband and I started radio together. I would go and do interviews and things like that for the events that I was involved in. And then one day we went to do an interview, because I was a lot of people's publicist. So one day we went and he said, we need to do our own show. And I was like, maybe we do. And so, and this is all about God's timing and alignment.
Yes.
And so anyway, so we talked to the people at one of the stations, and he was like, hey, how do we get on the radio? You know, I was at 90.1 KPFT. Okay. And he said, how do we get on the radio? And they told us to do this, that, and the other. And within the next week, we were on the air.
Wow.
So what happened was, maybe 3 weeks after we got on the air together, something happened where he couldn't do it anymore. That put me in the place by myself. Yes. So I'm sitting in this room wondering, how am I going to do this show by myself? My ex, at the time he was my husband. He's not going to be here with me. How will I be able to do it? And somebody came in to help me and said, you could do it. And they just turned on the board. No, just do it.
Just free up.
And so as I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready to do my little spiel, my little interview or whatever. I got through it. It was tough. I was breathing hard, heavy or whatever, hopping and puffing, like, oh God, sweating everywhere. But I did it. So that was one of the scariest moments for me, was doing it by myself. Wow. Doing radio by myself, in the room by myself. And I needed that because at the time of my divorce, right before the separation, my marriage was my identity. And marriage is who I was. You know, when people say, well, hi, I'm so-and-so, and who are you? I would say, I'm Amanda Sapp, so-and-so's wife.
Wow.
Not just I'm Amanda Sapp. And so, anyway, him not being able to do the radio with me allowed me to be able to learn who I was. So I wasn't just talking to my guests. I was talking to me. I was giving me counsel. I was giving me strength to keep moving forward. When you're talking to people like that, hopefully you're listening.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they have nuggets that you can use in your life, in your business, in your endeavors to help you, strive for success or be better than where you were yesterday. And so that's another thing for me. I'm always trying to figure out, how can I be better than where I was yesterday?
Yeah.
How can I be greater? How can I get more attention on the subject at hand? Yeah. That's my intentional thought every day.
So let's talk more about identity. You said that you found your identity.
Sure.
So talk more to us about, how come you feel like you lost your identity when you were married versus gaining it when you were divorced.
I think for me, especially when you're trying to hold something together. Yeah. And so I thought me saying that, I'm his wife, I'm this, I'm that, would keep us together, would keep us close. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It would keep us. But then when you know that there is a deeper passion inside of you, that just doesn't work anymore. Mm-hmm. That's when people become frustrated. That's when you're angry at somebody and you even can't explain it. Yeah. And for me, that's where my frustrations were, was not being able to identify who I was or even get to that point. Like I said, I went to college for mass communications, but even in high school, I was class president, student council treasurer. I was popular, whatever. Yeah. But throughout the time after graduation from high school and after going to some college, I just got into this mind state of, it's just me and you, me and my ex-husband. Yeah. It's just me and you and nothing else matters, which that's fine. Yeah. But you have to be able to individualize yourself. And I never did that. I never did that. I never set myself aside to focus on me. So being able to, what these people call themselves being woke today, I'm waking myself up. Wow. It's not necessarily about if my hair doesn't look good today or if I haven't lost enough weight. I'm really digging deep into me to find out why I exist and how much more impactful I can possibly be. That's good. Period. That's good. That is really, nothing else is going on for me in my head other than that. Where is my impact? Wow. And how am I going to do it? That's all I think about.
So to all of those people who are watching, I want y'all to get an understanding of what's going on and what we're talking about. See, I'm going to say two different sides today. I'm going to say Amanda found her identity after her divorce. Now, I want to clarify something. Now, this is not to divorce your husband and find your identity.
Where's my camera at? Where's my camera?
It's right here. It's right here.
Don't leave your mate. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make sure you know who you are. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. I didn't know. I knew who I was. I refound myself. You refound. I was this person before. Yes. I was Amanda Sapp in high school. I was Amanda Sapp in middle school. I was the Amanda Sapp forever. Yeah. It was just that I lost myself. You lost yourself. I'm back to me.
So did y'all hear that?
Don't leave your
husband.
Your spouse.
You just need to you just need to refine yourself in your marriage. And I have to say this from a personal perspective. My husband and I, that's kind of like what happened with the both of us, actually. Like, he lost himself in me and I lost myself in him. And when we actually went through marriage counseling, they actually...
I would suggest.
Yes. Say that again.
I would suggest.
Did y'all hear that? Marriage counseling, because it teaches you about your individuality. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that when we went through marriage counseling with the Boykins, they actually taught us that you're your own individual person. He's his own individual person. You two individually have came together for one purpose, and that's to ask God, what is that purpose together and why, and what we need to do for him, and so basically you have to find your individual purpose. I'm different from my husband. He does things differently. I do things differently. And so, but what happened is that we lost our identity and didn't know what we were doing in a sense of if I wanted to do something or if he wanted to do something, it's like, what's next? You know, it's like, what do I like again? Or what do I, you know?
And that's to speak to what you're saying for me and my relationships.
Yeah.
Ships with the S, because I've been through some since my divorce.
Yeah.
But one thing I had to understand now, since we're divorced, is that learning my individual self is everything was not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Our divorce was not just on him.
Yes.
I had to come to Jesus on my own and say there are some things that I could have done better.
Yes.
That I should have done better,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't. So for me,
I agree with you,
because
I
you
was
don't come to that
too.
conclusion until you are actually by yourself.
And you looking at yourself in the mirror.
You got to look at yourself in the mirror.
Man.
You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And so for me, I do want to make that clear that yes, I am divorced from my ex-husband, but also that wasn't his fault entirely.
Yes.
So I don't know where he tuned in or whatever the case is, whoever's listening, because we all have, you got your people and your friends and all these people
mm-hmm.
who are saying, oh girl, you should have left him, or might be say to him, I don't know why you were her.
Mm-hmm.
All those outside things
Talkers.
That don't matter, that when it's said and done,
yes.
when y'all in a room by yourself,
mm-hmm.
none of those people are there to help you
exactly.
at all. So you have to, those decisions, whether you come together or getting away from each other, that's a conscious effort that you have to make on your own. And so I do want to make sure that I'm clear that as I am learning myself today, as I know who I am right now, I know that was a two-way street for me and my ex-husband. And so we have both moved past all of that so that we can be better people for each other, for our kids.
Yes.
And so that's the space that I'm in. But I'm in that space through everything I'm doing.
Yes. It's a learning experience. Everything that you go through is a learning experience. See, a lot of times people get stuck at, why is this happening mm-hmm. to me? What for? You know, and they start being a victim, or they start feeling entitled, or they start, you know, feeling a certain way about, okay, well, you know, I don't know what to do now. I don't know why God created me. I don't know my purpose. What is it? And they start questioning themselves.
But I'll tell you what helps is your environment. Mm-hmm. So after you've gotten out of the whatever tumultuous state, whatever that is, and you're by yourself and you're your own person, where you go, mm-hmm. how you eat, who you're eating with, what time of the day you move around, all of that plays a huge part in how you operate as a person. Yes. I can't call myself, I'm empowerment, but I'm hanging around people who are negative. Ooh. It's not my job to keep on trying to pour into you.
Sis, that's my best friend.
Right.
I love her. You know,
I heard say is, I think it's Ayana, and she said, you know, in the Bible it says your cup runneth over. Mm. But I cannot give to you if I give to you my overflow. I can't give to you if I'm still trying to fill up myself. Wow. So I implore anybody who is trying to change or don't understand where they're going and why they're going where they're going, your environment has to change. It's your mindset, what you eat, when you eat it, how you're doing it, what space are you in, mentally and physically. Ooh, I don't go nowhere that I feel like it's going to be a detriment to my soul, to the people around me. If we can't be live at 5 with it, same attitude walking in and the same attitude walking out, I should have never been there, and we don't need to go to places like that.
Oh, you don't help somebody today. I'm telling you. Yes, you have.
But in all seriousness, then when they say it's a vibe, I'm creating my own vibe. Yes. You as an individual create your own vibe. Yes. And if it's not an intentional one, you're set to doom yourself. You need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, where you're going, why you're going, where you're going. Yes. Period. Yes. But you can't do that in a foggy environment. So,
amen.
I would implore anybody, take some time, read the Bible. Yes. The Bible's always good. Yes. Read that. Read a daily something. A devotional. A devotional something. Yes. Get at the end of the bed and seriously meditate. Yes. Hang your feet to the ground. Take a moment out. Close your eyes and breathe in, get energy, and exhale negative.
I know that's
right. a real thing. I do that.
And we're about to go on a break, but before we go on this break, I'm going to tell every individual. I know what you just heard Amanda Sapp say, that basically have time to yourself. Fill up so that you can give people an overflow. So we'll be right back, and when we come back, Amanda's going to tell us how she's one person reaching another. We'll be right back after this message.
Well, I mean, I guess, how much time you have on the show?
Oh, we got Healing for the Broken Show, where again I'm your host Candace Blanks, and if you're just now tuning in, I have an awesome woman named Amanda Sapp on this show talking about how she had a setback, but it made her come back to who she is today. And right now we're going to talk about how you, your own individual person. I know when we was on the phone talking, something you said, and you said that you are starting, or you wanting to connect with people, long-lasting relationships with people.
So I've been in the industry 5 years, which has been a great journey.
Yes.
I have to commend the people who have decided to, work with me, take me under their wings, have me make them my clients, and just things like that. I appreciate everybody that has decided at any point in my journey to work with me.
Yeah.
Who believed in me, who said, okay, I'll give you a shot. So for me, some of those relationships are come and go. It's for the moment. We did what we needed to do, and I never see him again.
Yes.
And so, but for me, I want to make sure that the new encounters that I have are ones that I can cultivate relationships where we can decide, hey, we're going to do this major thing together for an event, or if you have kids, I have kids, let's make our kids have play dates or something like that. I just want to cultivate the relationships that I'm building now. And even on some of the old ones, I just want to follow up, touch base, check in. All the things that I wish that people would do for me going into my journey is what I'm going to do for others.
I have a question for
Sure.
you. How are relationships important to finding your identity?
Goes back to the space and the environment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to build a relationship with somebody, it's obviously someone who I feel can add value to my life. Mm-hmm. And when I say add value, I don't mean it has to be a monetary thing. It's a two-way street. I need to be able to create equally mutual beneficial relationships. Yeah. That is the mode I'm in. So if I've got my beautiful assistant Rose, who is with Vegas, Houston marketing. I might have butchered that, but she knows what I mean. Yes. But if I'm working with her and we're working together, I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing that can help catapult or put her business in a forward path, that I'm doing it because I want to, not necessarily because I'm going to get something back from it, but because what I'm getting back is the fact that she flourished. Yeah. I want that. That means something to me. If the reciprocation comes back, it's because I knew I was in the right headspace when I did what I did, and she was in the right headspace when we decided to collaborate. So for me, I just need to make sure that the people that I'm with understand that in this relationship that we're in, that it is an equally mutual beneficial relationship. Now that means too, you need to come to the table with something. Yeah. You need to come to the table saying, how can you help me out?
Yeah,
you don't
that's good.
have to help me out. Yeah. But definitely come with the intent of we can make something beautiful together.
Exactly.
Or be upfront.
Yeah.
Say, hey man, I want to do this, this, and this for me. All right, well, I'm going to find a way to make sure that this thing is beneficial for both of us. But it needs to be a situation where, in a positive light, we're trying to figure out how we can work together and create something momentous, something beautiful, something grand, and something that's going to impact. That's it. Wow. That's how I'm building my relationship.
So what did you have to change in order to become who you are today?
I started writing things down. And so that's important too. I didn't journal like talking about before. My brother, he would say, man, you got so many ideas, you can write this stuff down. And I do. Ideas come to me as I'm walking, wherever I'm walking, when I wake up in the morning, when I go to sleep, I'm full of them. But for me, I started writing it down, and I think that's what helped narrow down certain aspects of my business that I wanted to expound on. Yeah. So even with the radio, or even with me event hosting and or doing project management for festivals, the ideas that I would have because I wrote them down, I was able to implement them in my everyday journeys.
Yes.
So I would encourage anybody too that if they're looking for what they need to do, ideas come to all of us. This is what we're going to do with them when we get them.
Exactly.
So I'm writing my things down and making a plan how to execute. And I'm making sure the people that I want to be a part of this plan have an idea of what direction I want them to go in my vision. Yeah. So that's another thing, knowing where you want to go after you wrote the vision and made it plain, but then having a direction for the people who are going to be working with you. Yeah. You don't know how in the world are they going to know.
Gotcha.
So, so writing things down is what actually helped me gear me in a lot of the ventures that I do today. So.
Gotcha. So to those people who are watching, what I pray that you guys learn from this show is basically, and you get from this show, is how to change your environment, how to change your thought pattern, what to do in order to come back from a situation. In Amanda's case, it was a divorce, but maybe that's not your case. Maybe it's from drugs, or maybe it's from a death of a loved one, or anything that might have caused you to have a setback in your life. How do you come forward into the light to get you to your next dimension or your next goal in life? Well, Amanda said some nuggets today. Write things down. Look in the mirror. It might not be the other person you're mad at. It might just be you, and something that you need to change in order to make your next step successful in your life. You know, and it's so funny because I had to do that same thing. You know, with my former husband, I went through being untrusting, not trusting anybody. I mean, like, I literally did not trust anyone. Like, I don't care who you are, close friend, relative, I didn't trust you, you know. But God had to teach me how to trust again, because that actually, not trusting people is what was the stumbling block in my life. Because in order for me to get to that next dimension, you got to trust somebody, you know. And so I had to learn how to, okay, you know what, Candace, you know, building relationships, didn't have that skill. Even though I was outgoing, but I had a problem building relationships, you know. And so I had to learn, in order for me to get to that next dimension, you got to undo everything that you felt. Get out your emotions. So people, get out your emotions. Allow God to come in. Like you say, read the Bible, pray, ask God to show you who you are, so that you can change those things, so that you can get to that place of coming back. And so I'm listening to you, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am so happy for you, because some people are just stuck. And so this show is so that you can get unstuck. So talk to us more about how to get unstuck from any of those situations.
I think also too, not only what your environment, but what you're watching, what you putting on. I don't know how. I know Instagram has like algorithms to feed you things that they think you might like based on the things that you probably search. So again, you have to be intentional about the area that you want to be in, the type of people that you want to be in. When you wake up in the morning, it's not just I'm getting up. You need to have had a plan the night before. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this today. Do you know how refreshing it is to look at a list that you've scratched off some of the things on, some of those tasks or whatever, even if it's small, doing laundry today. You know what I mean? Or reorganizing a closet. You do not know the power of how organization will change your entire life. I am not the most organized person, but I have people around me who are. So when they tell me different things here and there, maybe you should try this or do that, don't take offense to it. Take out the part that you don't agree with and use the good. What is it in the Bible about spit out the bone or eat the whatever? Who's the scholar in here? I know we got an audience today. I know it's a scholar. But, you know, do away with the bad and take the good.
Separate what you want.
There's always something that you can use in any conversation that you have with someone. There's always a positive that you can get from that. Again, whether you agree or disagree, it'll either enlighten what you thought you knew, or give you more insight. You know, so for me, it's just the more so about being intentional. Even with the people that I'm meeting, or the people that I want to meet, or the dreams that I have. to still accomplish. So just write this stuff down and be intentional. Period.
So did I get that?
Write it down,
be intentional. Write it down. Set some goals. So to those people who are not divorced and who are married, find your identity. Both of you guys. You guys have a individuality that's what brought you guys together, you know. And so find that individuality. Write down your goals, what you want for yourself and what you want for your family. Be intentional. You know
when you're going to a networking event, have your business cards.
Yes.
People like to say, oh, nobody uses that anymore. Bruh.
Yeah.
There are some people that I've met, and again, I told you I've been doing this 5 years.
Yeah.
Which isn't a long time. But I've had people that still have my old business card that I gave them.
Wow.
There's money in that.
Yes.
There's money in that. There's there's longevity in that.
Yes.
Have your stuff together. Invest in you.
Yes.
It don't take but $10 to get business cards done. You can get 1,000 of them. You know, it's just so many different things I think we give ourselves reasons to not do. When there's so many reasons why you should. And if you just listen to that voice, I think people will get so much further than they ever dreamed.
Listen to that positive voice.
It's there.
Yeah,
It's there.
You can do it. You can keep going. You can strive for whatever goals it is. Just don't allow yourself to stop.
Correct.
And one of the things you said is that you kept going.
Oh, I kept going.
You kept going.
I kept
moving forward.
I'm still going. There's no kept. I'm still going. I'm still striving. Still moving. My parents, when I first started this, was like, "Oh, no, you need to get you a real job. You need to do this kind of stuff." And you know, because my dad worked at Citgo Petroleum for 35 years. He retired from that. My mom, she's a seamstress. She's had her business for 17, almost 20 years. And so, but for them, they know consistency.
Yeah.
And so to have their daughter say, you know what, I'm going to take the road less traveled and do this with my kids and all this kind of stuff that's going on, it was very hard for them to grasp that concept.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I still knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I've made sacrifices.
Yeah.
Things are not just coming to me because I'm good at what I do. Things are coming to me, I believe, because I have faith. I pray.
Yes.
I'm obedient to the word when I know I am, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm not an angel.
Yes.
But and I know where I come from.
Yeah.
And I know what I want for my. I have a vision in my head, as clear as day, what the end looks like.
Yeah.
And it's not even an end, but what the future looks like.
Yeah.
And so because I have that vision in mind, and because I know I want my parents to be proud of me, I'm going to continue to do those things. If you, my kids and my parents, people that I respect, people that I want to say, job well done.
Yes.
People that I want to say, I'm so glad you ended up doing this. It's because of you we were able to do this. I'm bringing my family together in this. I'm bringing my people that don't know each other together. I'm bringing celebrities together. I'm bringing people together with a common goal of uniting, coming together and impacting the community, impacting the world, reaching the masses.
Yes.
We just did a festival last weekend where, I don't know, probably, would you say, Rose, 3,000-4,000 people were in attendance.
Yeah.
We did that.
Oh, wow.
We did that together. We did it as a team. But that type of bringing in is what I want to do for my life, for the people around me. And if it ain't that, I'm not with it. So, period. That's it.
I love it. I love it. And so, one last thing. What would you say to someone who feel like they're at their wit's end, and as we're coming to a close, about keeping forward, pushing forward? What's your last word? And then just also let us know how we can connect with you outside of here. So there's your camera.
So the world needs you. We need you. I need you. I'm always wanting to be around people who are, whatever their vision is, it's a forward, positive vision. Yeah. So I need people around me like that. So if you're at your wit's end, if you don't know where you're going to go or how you're going to get there, please know that somebody needs you. Ooh, somebody needs you to be successful. And whatever that looks like in getting there, just do it. We all have to have sacrifices to get to where we're going. We all have to endure some type of setback to get to our comeback. That saying, you got to go through it to get to it, that's a real thing too.
That is.
That setback is not you the only person that's going through it. Everybody has the trials. problems or whatever. But please know that because we need you, you got to have your moment of sadness.
Yeah.
Shake it off and move forward.
Yeah.
Write these things down. Write the vision. Make it plain, and change your environment and get in a space where it's just you, so you can focus on how to get to a better you.
That's good.
So that's what I would leave people with. I am going to continue to strive to be even more successful than what I am. I'm going to continue to strive to make impacts in my life, my community, the people around me, my kids, my friends, my family members. I hope that you all continue to do the same. I am on Instagram at the Amanda Sapp. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, Amanda Sapp. Okay. And I just want to thank NDTV Network for having me come on today and rant about.
No, you're good. Thank you for coming. We love
empowering I want to be. I just want to be empowering to people.
And
I want when people see me, they say, "Hey man, it's because of you I changed my whole life."
Listen, you empowered me today, and I promise you, you just truly a blessing to me, and I know that you're a blessing to everybody who are watching on today. And so in saying that, God just basically told me just to do this poem real quick for you guys. It's a poem my husband wrote, but I took it because I knew that it changed my life when he actually read it to me. And it's called Be You. A lot of times people don't know what they want to be or what goals that they want to set, but you got to ask God, why did he create you? What is it that he wants you to do? And like Amanda was saying, move forward with it. Do it scared, just do it. Just keep moving. So this poem is called Be You. And it goes like this. You are unique, special. So why do you want to be someone else? You have a lot of potential, so you should be yourself. A lot of things make up your structure, from your looks to your personality to your humor, color, and sexuality. You're different in so many ways, but that's the beauty of being you. You have the power to make your dreams come true. From the way you walk to how you dress to all the intelligence you possess. Make up the characteristics of you. Be what God has created you to be. Be you. So in saying that, God bless you, and do not lose your identity. God bless you.